Hello, and welcome to episode 36 of the DaebakCast. This is a weekly podcast where each week we cover what's current in K-pop, as well as some topics we bring into discussion and album reviews. We also do unboxings and vlogs on our channel occasionally. And so as always, I'm joined by Nate.
Love is a volcano. Pow.
We finally get an answer what love is. Love is a volcano.
Pow.
And Andrew, who has three things.
Well, number one, my family in Tampa is actually okay. They ended up, they literally ended up dodging a bullet where the Irma, side-skirted them at, the last second, so thank God. I don't know what happened in terms of flooding or whatever, but I'm just glad they're okay. The week before the Saturday before we filmed this, I went to a video game convention and spent way too much on buying old school SNES RPGs. But the reason why I bring this up is
Super Famicom.
Yes, yeah, Super Famicom RPGs. The reason why I bring this up is I had my headphones on or whatever, and I was walking around the booths, and the guy working the booth is like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And so I give him the headphones, and I told him, he's like, "Oh, it's Korean pop music." And he's like, "Oh, this stuff's amazing," or whatever. I was listening to the Japanese version of TT, so
That's hilarious.
and tomorrow I'm going to a Counter-Strike, or I'm going to watch a Counter-Strike tournament. Team Liquid will be there, so I will be out in full force, because Team Liquid's one of the only North American teams that's halfway decent in Counter-Strike, so yeah, go Liquid.
Woo. Wait, was that three?
Yeah.
That was three, yeah.
Okay.
Also, four and three and a half. 3.5.
Nope.
Shout-outs
you're not. You have to stop talking.
Shout-outs to my t-shirt.
You're not allowed. Kmart?
No, it's a Supreme, for whatever reason, Supreme t-shirts ended up in Kmart for $4. So this guy in Philadelphia printed the Supreme logo, except changed it with Kmart. So I bought it. It's funny. All right.
So.
Oh wait, you didn't introduce yourself.
Yeah, and I'm Jacob. And so related to the whole Equifax thing, Tableau's quote for this week is, "The people responsible for your savings apparently aren't responsible for your saving."
Oh, I don't want, again, I don't want to check, but I mean, somebody will notify me if they stole it anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Apparently it was unaffected, thankfully. But yeah, I'm probably still gonna do that.
Oh well.
So,
not much
let's
you
get
can do
started.
Anymore.
Yeah, so let's get started. The first topic is gonna be very short because it's only a repackage.
Oh no, it's not gonna be.
Andrew
it's
wants
not
to talk
gonna be
about
short.
It for
I have
minutes,
a lot to say.
I don't have much to say.
I have a lot to say about this. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's really gonna be a review.
It's gonna be a rant.
It's gonna be ranting.
It's
gonna be a freaking rant. Jesus Christmas. Okay, let's explain what it is first. What we're ranting about.
GFriend's parallel repackage Rainbow.
Yep.
So yeah.
So
it's called Rainbow, but the single is Summer Rain.
Summer Rain.
And Rainbow.
No. Well, Rainbow's the other song, but it's not the single.
Yeah, whatever.
Rainbow should have been the single.
It's stupid. But I don't know why they did that.
They don't usually name albums the title track. That's why.
I mean, sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do.
But not always. I would say most of the time in K-pop it's not. Yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
So yeah, okay. GFriend's Rainbow. Just the two new songs. So
yep.
We thought it'd be short, but Andrew wants to rant, so we'll let him rant. So yeah, the first one is Summer Rain, which is title track. Classic GFriend, which is probably what Andrew wants to rant about. But I don't know. It's pianos and strings over pop beat, cute sounding vocals, innocent image. It's pretty much exactly what you expect from GFriend. But I do there are some like piano sections that's classical piano sounding part that they do a couple times, and I did really like that addition.
Yeah,
the song would have been way better if it just had piano. Just say, if it was that entire classical piano part, it would have made the song 100 times better.
Well, honestly, for me, I think this is better than Love Whisper. As a track.
Slightly.
So too.
Slightly.
Did you even like Love Whisper, Andrew?
Like, if I were again, if you were to put a gun to my head and say which one do I like better, this is at least more interesting. But like again, it falls into the same trap of literally like this isn't like just like hyperbole or whatever, but every song is set up like exactly the same way. Like it's like they might play around with like who gets like what lines and everything, but how the song structure goes is it's like verse, and like literally every GFriend song is like, oh, it's like the verse, and then they have like obviously there's always an instrumental part between after the chorus and before like the second verse. It's like literally it repeats itself, or like how they approach the singing, or like how the vocals are set up. It's just like I get it. When I start to mix up all the songs, that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem when I can't when I can't tell the difference between songs. So like I guess that's my main problem. Also, I guess my other problem would be wow, they did not do or like any like advanced like choreo. Like again, what I expect from GFriend is like highly advanced choreo compared to like the rest of the girl groups out there in the market. So like them doing something like this is just, God. Well, I understand. Okay, it's only been like a couple of months since I don't know why they're doing a repackage so soon. First of all, like.
I mean, that's
of a mini album.
Work usually,
of a mini album of all things, but
it's basically a full album. It has 9 tracks.
Yeah, now it's I don't know why they waited on. I guess money, obviously.
Money.
It's literally like the entire.
They get people like me to buy the mini album and then the repackage. Although I thought the repackage had more albums and when I bought it, or more songs. I didn't know it was just 2. I probably should have looked into it more, but
it's
my fault.
Well,
I'll support GFriend. I like it.
It seems kind of it's really pointless just to add it for 2 songs in one way, but like it seems either like it seems half-assed, and it seems like they literally just should have put this on like the rest of the parallel album and just made it a full album. Yeah, like I don't know what the aversion is to that in the first place, but and also people are, I guess, like in terms of like it sounding the same, almost it sounds eerily similar to Love Whisper, which is a problem too. Everyone's like, oh, but it's the whole parallel theme, so they're supposed to sound like
Jacob said that.
No, I didn't.
Quoting Jacob. Yeah, I thought you did.
No, Andrew said that. People in the comments said that.
That just sounds like an excuse to keep making the same song over and over again. Well, the thing is, though,
it works.
It works.
If it works.
Again, that's a huge problem with like GFriend. Okay, like maybe this is too much of a Western perspective on music, but artists are supposed to develop from album to album to album and progress, because like you're like it's supposed to, obviously you don't want to it's so weird. Like K-pop has the opposite problem of Western music, where in the West everyone's like, oh, you changed from the last album, or oh, you sound different, or oh, you sold out. Whereas K-pop is like literally it's just like they will beat a dead horse until they can't until another group comes around for them to continuously beat a dead horse. So like
I mean, that, like you said, that's definitely a Western thing. Like that's if it was a group that actually made their own music, then sure, they should develop from album to album. But GFriend's just given music, and if they get music and it fits them and it does well, then is it Source? I can never remember.
Source music.
Source is just gonna keep giving them those songs.
I think honestly, what they'd benefit from, because I'm pretty sure the same person has written all their songs.
Yep.
All their title tracks.
It's just someone else.
I think they should just let somebody else step in for a little while.
The thing is, though, again, Source music.
Did that person do Fingertip too, though?
Yeah. Yes. I don't know.
So
hold on.
They tried and it didn't work. But that was the one guy trying something different.
I forget. It's a duo. Else. I forget who it was. It's Iggy and Youngbae. We talked about them before. I believe. No, Fingertip. Oh no, Fingertip was done by Iggy and Yeonbei. Well, I don't think it's the production. I think it's Source Music literally being like, we want the same thing over and over again, because Iggy and Yeonbei have written different types of songs, like for other groups. So it's literally like Source is the one.
Well, yeah, and if they wrote Fingertip, then. Well, I mean, that's it. Like, Source, they were like, let's try something different. Fingertip didn't work.
The thing is, though,
they went back to what does work.
The thing is, though, in general, it's just been a down year for GFriend, where... Because, like, even Parallel isn't selling that well.
Like, I hope it doesn't affect them too bad, because they had a really good momentum going last year.
Because, like, every album... Like, Awakening had... According to the wiki, Awakening has 73,848... And I believe the sales numbers stopped like a while ago. Parallel was released in August, and it's only at 61. Okay, so it might catch up, but still.
And I think they're fine. Looking at Love Whisper came out a month ago and has 22 million views. So Fingertip only had 16 million. So like that right there shows like people like this GFriend a lot more.
The thing is though, they're going to reach a point where the fans won't like it, and especially the girls are gonna get sick and tired of doing the same. Like, there's only so many times you can be given like the same type of song over and over again for 2 years, and it feels like there's only so many times you can remake Rough or Navilera over and over again before people get tired of it. So again, like. It might be working now, but it's gonna reach a breaking point. So that's why, like, GFriend's too talented of a girl group to waste them like this. To be completely honest,
they're one of my favorite girl groups.
I went from literally like not knowing who GFriend was, or like as a joke or whatever. But like, I love GFriend. I love seeing them in concert. I don't want to see like there's like a wider breadth of like musical capability or music production that I feel like they're not being they're being so underutilized on it. And I get it. It's like they're basically Source Music's cash cow. Like, they don't have any other groups to rely on, so they don't want to rock the boat too much, because if GFriend goes under, bye Source Music. Like,
guarantee they're working on a boy group though.
Yeah,
if they GFriend the boy group, that's gonna be even. Actually, no, but like. That'd be even like harder to get away with, because like boy groups are way
already
more
generic right now. Yeah.
And no, boy group. Yeah, if Source Music makes like another like EXO, BTS, or 17 like Nugu, I'm done. Like, that's the last thing we need. But like, yeah, I get that. Maybe that's why I'm so hard on it. Like, I'd rather the song be bad than mediocre. Like, that's how I feel. Like, it just I feel like I'm just so much more frustrated at the fact that it doesn't feel like they're trying. So
like, it feels like the good song is within your grasp. Like,
yeah, like
you just can't reach it.
GFriend is totally capable of so much better. So
yeah,
that's why I'm all up in arms about this, because they're so much more capable. Anyway, let's get to the good song.
Well, yeah, so I just reviewed these songs completely separately, because, like, what's the point in reviewing 2 songs as a whole album? So for me, I gave Summer Rain a 7. I liked it a lot, but I agree with you. I thought the choreography was really lacking, but I liked the piano parts, and I still like GFriend's sound, so I give it a 7. It's nothing, like, crazy special, but it's
we just
more
expect
GFriend
more as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not bad. It's just they keep rehashing the same song.
Yeah.
Like, that we like. A song that we like. It's just that you can't, like I keep mixing up Love Whisper and Summer Rain, like Andrew said. Like,
yeah.
You know? And I don't remember the lyrics either. Because usually for GFriend songs, I can, like, literally, like, remember the lyrics like that.
At least, like, Navilera, I know the lyrics. Like Rough, I can sort of remember how the lyrics go. Fingertip, I definitely can remember how the lyrics go. Love Whisper and Summer Rain, I can't tell you, honestly. So, anyway.
Yeah. Then the other song on the album is Rainbow, which is similar. Like, it's still GFriend style, but it has a really cool guitar part that goes through, and it goes harder. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't sound it like goes a little harder than GFriend usually is. So I like how I picture this. It like perfectly was. You have Dreamcatcher and you have GFriend. And for Fly High, Dreamcatcher went a little towards GFriend. And for Rainbow, GFriend went a little towards Dreamcatcher. So, like, Rainbow is still a GFriend song. It's not a Dreamcatcher song. It's not that hard, but it's closer to Dreamcatcher than they've ever done. So because it's got like a really cool guitar part. It's like heavier. It feels like it's not a hard like a rock song, but it's a heavier song than like Rough, which also had a guitar part.
Yeah, and the production on this was early. Like the song structure, this is way more interesting than any other a bunch of other GFriend songs that I've heard. So, like again, it's the same problem that the proper entire album of Peril had, is where a lot of the album tracks were amazing, like Life is a Party or like Ave Maria, and like why are they hiding these tracks from the world? Like again, I'm pretty sure like 80% of K-pop fans don't actually listen to full albums.
Oh no, never, no.
Don't.
I would say probably even more than that. Probably like 95%.
Yeah, like literally,
they straight
that's
up
why,
don't listen to albums.
That's a problem. Like
they buy the album.
That's an entire other rant where people people sleep on album tracks so much. So then like why are you?
Yeah.
Again, I understand why they're going so safe for the singles, because they don't want to scare away the people that actually like are into that. But again, it just feels like you're like. It just feels like there's like, oh, look at this shiny new thing that we're doing, but we're gonna cover it because we're too afraid to like that people aren't gonna like it. But no.
Yeah.
Seriously though,
this should be the single.
Like it should be. It's like a.
It's 100%.
Like if a guy was singing it, it sounded like classic rock. I really like it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's really good.
I like the chorus is like so like cool. It's like but like I don't really remember GFriend ever doing something like this, but like this sort of style of song. So it's like this basically saved it, at least on terms of the music. This like Rainbow single-handedly saved it for me, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this song. Like I was saying, it just felt a little towards Dreamcatcher, and that was great. And yeah, so for me, this was a 10 out of 10. I think this is in my top 5 Rainbow or like Rainbow.
Like imagine this
Rip
song.
Rainbow.
Rip Rainbow. You're giving it
I
a
almost
10
said it's in my
Rainbow.
top 5 Rainbow songs. And it's probably in my top 5
like
GFriend
no, like
songs.
seriously, imagine this song with a music video, and imagine this song with a choreography.
Yep.
It seems like 100 billion
exactly.
times more interesting than what they did with Summer Rain.
They even named the mini album Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Why?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Maybe they'll do a third comeback with this album. Promote
Like
Rainbow.
no, like seriously, like I want to see
Maybe-
GFriend again. I want to see GFriend again because I want to see the choreography to this song. Because
Maybe Summer Rain is this weird interlude comeback, and then they'll have the real repackage comeback. With
No,
Rainbow.
and
that's why they
won't
named the
even
album
they
Rainbow.
won't even have any of the other songs. It's literally just Rainbow, but they'll charge like mini album price for it. It's just like we're not desperate at all.
I'd buy it.
Anyway,
But yeah, also Rip Rainbow.
that's why you like this
Rainbow's
song so
great.
much.
No, it's not. It's really good, but
Yeah.
also Rainbow's amazing, and they deserved better.
Yeah. So Andrew, what was your rating?
4 out of 6 for music, and that's literally all Rainbow. I would have get like if I literally had to like fudge the numbers, because I would have given, if I were to rate the songs individually, I would have given Summer Rain a 0 because I hate it that much. Concept, I gave a 1 out of 3 because poor choreography in the music video really didn't seem that interesting, to be completely honest. 1 out of 1 for bias, so my total would be a 6. Again, that's exactly what it's the Jessica problem again. So
Yeah, I rated mine pretty much the same as Nate's if I was to go like by song. So on average it would be an 8. So on average it would be an 8. So yeah, that's what I'll probably go with. So overall, I think is it 8 or 7?
wait, so how would you rate this entire album then, Nate, if you're just rating it individually?
I would do the same as Jacob. If you take the 7 and the 10, average at 8.5. So
Okay.
8. Which makes sense to me. A 5 out of 6 for songs, 2 out of 3 is fudging it, and then 1 out of 1, so 8.
Shit.
So
Okay,
you
I'm
both
trying
gave
to
you both gave it
average
8, right?
this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so then it's 7.
7. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7 out of
7
10.
point.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So. All right.
It
Yeah.
is-
So, closing thoughts.
Seal of approval because of
Yeah.
Rainbow.
Because of Rainbow,
Rainbow is the
check out
only
Rainbow.
saving grace. Like, if you were to buy this album, well, I mean, if you're looking,
I'd buy the song.
well, I mean, again, if you're actually buying the album,
you would, but you just get.
if you're buying the album, obviously you're getting the rest of the tracks or whatever.
Yeah,
So, I mean, but
Overall, as a repackage, I think it's probably like I would give it a 9 because I really like Parallel.
If I were to give it,
Yeah, the rest of the
I'd
album's
give it
really
an
good.
8. The rest, if I were to like combine the two, it'd be an 8 because I think I gave it. I gave 7.6. So I mean, I think it'd end up like being an 8 just because I
gave it a 9.
Mm-hmm. Well, because.
I'd probably keep it at a 9.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, all right. So I guess on to the next topic now, which is up and coming girl group you probably haven't heard of before, Elris. I wanted to.
Here I am.
Andrew first. Andrew first had the idea for, but I also wanted to cover them because I'm like standing them before they're even popular. So hopefully I don't get my heart broken there.
Another arc situation.
So yeah, Color Crush.
Yeah. So, Elris Color Crush.
Follow-up single from me first.
Yep. The first song is Heart Bank, which Jacob really likes, and I was like, I guess.
I don't know. I just thought it was catchy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Like I said, so when I first listened to this whole album, I felt a little underwhelmed. I went back and listened to some of it, and it grew on me. But this one and the third song, I could sum up in the exact same sentence, which is, it's standard for a younger, new girl group. It's not bad, but it's not special. And that's how I felt with Heartbank, and then also the third song. Like, they just didn't stand out to me. It was.
I agree on the third song, but I really like Heartbank.
This one,
actually.
well, see, this one I think is generic because, like I said in chat, Jacob doesn't listen to Lovelies, and this sounds like a Lovely single. This is like straight up a Lovely single. It even has like similar song structure, and like the instrumentals are very similar. And so I'm like, this. I've heard this before a lot because I actually listen to Lovelies, but Jacob doesn't. So.
And I don't either. So.
Yeah.
Which I need.
What do you think, Andrew?
Oh, no, I like this one because, again, I don't know if this applies to Lovelies as well, but it's an interesting blend of, like, again, I usually get bored as hell from cutesy, like, this type of K-pop, but I think what makes it a bit more interesting is that it's like this weird fusion of SES old school type of K-pop with a bit more electronic style of music,
like
and
80s synths.
Yeah, that's
Lovelies.
why. Yeah, which is why. Again, when I first heard "We First," which is their first single, I was just like, "Oh God, this is gonna sound so generic." And then like the freaking like the chip tunes come in, it's like, "Whoa, where'd that come from?" So yeah, I think that's sort of their thing, where it's this, they're taking like a sort of unique approach in that sort of. Again, I don't know if it applies to Lovelies as well, but I guess that's why I found it interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not bad. It's just not special to me, but that's because I've heard it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I like it was sort of like, I don't know, I guess for me, I just like the progression through the song, I guess. A lot, I like the pacing and the sort of, like, bounciness of the synth sort of give it, I guess.
It's just happy-go-lucky, which I guess was
happy, playful. Yeah, I like it.
Which fits their theme because again, we were kind of you and I, Jacob, we were kind of like, why is Elris so like cutesy in comparison? Like again, Kim's released
he's
like Spotlight
solo.
Yeah,
which is so like different,
boa,
like so
straight
sexy,
up boa.
straight up boa sexy concept.
Yeah,
But again, I don't think they could do that because I'm pretty sure one of them is like 15.
yeah, because Kadin is 15.
Yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, that's not gonna fly. But I mean,
the rest of them are all the same age, 1999.
Yeah, like, I think that's why I'm so surprised. Is
God,
like
I'm so old.
Yeah, they're younger than if they're younger than Jacob, that's
yeah.
That's too young. But like, I guess that's why I find it so interesting is that like they're able to. I guess it feels like such a unique take on, or such a different take on, like cutesy girl group type thing. Or, yeah, it just feels like an amalgamation of different sort of like, again, I like electronic. I like 90s throwback. This is literally electronic 90s throwback. So.
Yeah, for me, I think I just feel like this group, because usually, again, I've been getting sick of the more cutesy concept as well, because people keep doing it the exact same way.
Yeah,
but for me, it feels like they're taking good aspects from other groups and putting them together.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
so.
I can feel like a bit of, again,
which is shown the best in their title track, which we'll talk about next.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like a bit of like SES in this. I feel like a bit of like the electronic stuff even reminds me of like some like WJSN like album tracks too. So yeah, it's just an amalgamation of everything that like really fits my particular sound. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. Or it's good. It's not bad. It's next is Pow Pow, which is the title track, which I quoted for my intro.
Why didn't they name it
Love is a Volcano?
Why didn't they just name it Love is Volcano? That would have been amazing.
I literally was trying to search it up the next day after it came out. I was literally typing.
Love is. Yeah,
just continue. I'll say it after.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. For me, I'm gonna take flack for this, but I have problems with the song, but the instrumentals are amazing. The instrumentals I love.
Yeah, the instrumentals are amazing.
The problem I have, the song is really good. I do like the song a lot. The only problem I had is I felt like it just went, like, it was like 100% the whole time. Like, I felt like I needed a break listening to it, if that makes sense. Like, there's only one tiny break at the bridge where they do, like, a slower part. But otherwise, it was just, like, hyper fast, like, K-pop the whole song.
Yeah,
and I was
even
like,
the verses,
I needed something
really,
to
like,
change up. Yeah, exactly.
The verses are very high energy, like really. Like,
yeah, the chorus is high energy, and it goes into a high energy verse, and then a high energy chorus, and then there's like a tiny, like 15-second bridge where it slows down a little bit right near the end, and then so like, I felt like I needed to take a break in the middle of the song, and for like a 3-minute song, that's like that was a problem.
Well,
I'm like, geez,
I know. I think I'm just used to that because a lot of J-pop is like that, where everything's just like, super happy,
which I don't,
just like 100 miles an hour, just like a lot of like Keri Pamyu Pamyu, or just like a lot of like J-pop girl groups. So again, that's probably why I like it. Yeah. This sounds like J-pop in a way. So
and don't take it wrong. Like, I really like the song, but that was one like major issue for me. Like I
can understand that, definitely.
I needed it to change up a little bit, but I do like I thought the instrumentals were perfect, and like
if Lovelyz sounds like this, I need to listen to more.
This one isn't like Lovelyz.
Okay,
the first song is like Lovelyz.
Okay, first one is like
the
Lovelyz,
like chip tunes, like that type of stuff.
I can't exactly like this one is. It's a lot harder to nail down because this sounds like in particular. A song called "Perfect" by by Cosmic Girls. It was just an album track, but in a way, this parts of this sounds like very Red Velvety, like a bit of Russian Roulette in a way, where like at least when like some parts of the verses, but yeah, it's just like this unique amalgamation of all these different types of like groups, and like the sort of guitar based riff sounds like very, again, like older K-pop, again, like. Remember back back when like Soshi had like rock versions of songs on like their on like their albums. So yeah, it's just like a unique blending of styles. I guess that's what I like about the instrumentals.
Yeah.
Also, another thing I'm really surprised with, or I was shocked with, is like their vocals are very good. Like their vocals are very short. Like,
well, 2 of them were on K-pop Stars, so if that tells you anything, they both got really far. So
like for whatever, I don't know if like these things are official or whatever, but. Apparently, Sohee's only a main vocal. She isn't even the lead. And I'm just like, damn.
Well, main vocalist is the best one.
Yeah. Wait, no. There's a. I thought. Oh, no. I think there.
It's main and then lead, and then.
No. Are you sure? Because there was only one lead.
Yes.
There was only one lead, and then the multiple mains.
Wait, who's the other main?
It doesn't matter.
I have no. Somebody was on like the Reddit thread was just like saying like, oh, if you don't know who Elris is or whatever, like I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but. Anyway, but again, I'm shocked. The vocal talent in this group is pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, I think what I just like most about this is like it just like brings me back to like when I first got into K-pop, when everything was a lot more like K-poppy, I guess, and more like Japanese influence than like where it's very, very Americanized nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and also sort of forming its own identity as well.
I guess that's Elris in general. They feel like a throwback to K-pop in general, or as opposed to like most of like the girl groups these days. So yeah. I guess it's just very refreshing in a way.
Another thing.
The choreography isn't too special. Like it's really basic. Really
I was about
basic.
to say I think it's really cool. Like they're literally dancing what the lyrics are. Like
Yo, the
like
LOVE part was really
build
good.
up,
The LOVE part's funny though because there's 5 members, so it's like LOVE. Oh crap! What do we do when it comes to Sohee? She's just like, she didn't even like. I was watching the live performance. She didn't even do like an exclamation mark or something. She
should have just done this.
Yeah, no, she just like put her arms out like or something. And I was like, oh, that's funny. They should have put like love or S or something. I don't know, but anyway.
I don't take it wrong. I that was just my one gripe with the song. I really like the song.
Yeah, no, I can understand that too.
Next is Yolya. I can't even pronounce this.
Rupatal Cham.
Well, no, I was gonna try to pronounce the Korean part. The Korean part. Like what's the Korean?
I don't have the Korean part on Apple Music.
Yolya la Kude.
Why is it say Ru?
Yeah. But then there's this nonsense English in a subtitle which is Rupretal Cham.
It looks like something. It looks like something in Thai.
Looks like a Thai. Yeah, it looks like a Thai word.
Yeah, because there's some. More...
Okay. So yeah, for me, like I said for the first song, like this just sounds like standard girl group, like younger, newer girl group pop song. It's not amazing, but it's not bad.
Yeah, no, I like this one a lot.
What do you like about it? Because for me, it was pretty generic.
I'm usually, for whatever reason, I'm usually pretty turned off by a lot of like the standard sounding crap stuff because I've heard it 100 times. But I guess it's just Elris' execution is just what I identify with. Like again, it's a fairly generic sounding song, but like I guess it's just like the vocals are very well done. So also like again, I don't know. It's just I still find the instrumental of it interesting as well. So yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yes. So like I like this song a lot. I like every song on the mini album actually. Like I was actually impressed. I wasn't expecting too much apart from the title track, but I actually ended up enjoying pretty much every song on the album. Like this one's probably my least favorite because it doesn't really go as many places as the other songs do. But yeah, I like the instrumentation and the vocals are pretty nice on it as well.
Okay. Next is Wonderland Girl, so when I first listened to this, I was just kind of clicking through because I wasn't impressed with the first and third song as much. And I just jumped to like one of the random parts and it sounded like another generic song. Like it sounded very similar to the last song, to the part I skipped to. But yeah, when I went back and listened to the like entire song, I actually really, really like this song. Like it has so many different parts to it that like keep building into each other, which is really cool. So like I just got unlucky because I was skipping around and I just skipped to like the chorus, which is like pretty standard like girl group pop, but with all the different parts around this song's really cool. So like it starts off slower with like a piano intro that builds up, and then there's a point where the bridge just cuts out, or there's a bridge that just cuts out everything but drums like clapping and singing. Like there's no instrumentals. So I really liked that bridge. And then right after the bridge there's a key change, which like so like the song just like kept going places, and I really, really liked it. Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like this one a lot.
Jacob
too.
was waiting for you because I was like,
No,
we usually go me, Andrew, Jacob.
I got
so
caught up in
Jacob
the song,
wasn't saying anything, but yeah, you were listening to it and you're just like, you just zoned out.
It's exactly what I like. It's a blend of SES style, like old school 90s type of songs with a bit of electronics and then like the guitar. Like again, everything. like I guess it's just an entire mantra of this album. It's like it's nothing really necessarily groundbreaking, but it's just very well done. It's very well done for especially for a literally like a new group. Like they've been around for like 6 months tops.
Yeah.
So and they already have like 2 comebacks. That's crazy. So again,
this is their first comeback.
Yeah. So
yeah, the other one was just a like a single they released that they didn't promote.
Okay.
Or actually, it might have just been on the mini album. I don't remember.
Okay, no, yeah, it was a single, but yeah. Anyway, solid track.
Yeah, I really like the song. It's really easy listening, I guess is what I liked about it. Like it's just something you just put it on. It sounds nice. It's and the chorus is really catchy. It's for me. I like it.
Really catchy. That's why I like it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next is Farewell. Chucky Biel. Which is like an R&B style song that actually I liked it. I think they fit this style really well.
Yeah, again, like they really feel like the second coming of SES in a way. like this type of, maybe it's because Sohee really sounds like Bada. Like her voice sounds exactly like Bada, so that's probably why I keep thinking that. But it's a solid R&B track, surprisingly.
Yeah, this song reminded me a lot of like Red Velvet's like Velvet Side, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
I guess in a
little
way too, yeah.
on Rookie, and then that rap towards the end.
The rap, I did
really
not
funny.
expect it at all.
You know who does the rap, right?
It was good though.
You know
Tom.
That's Kim Sung-kyun. He was in Produce 101.
Oh, he must be in their company.
Yeah, no, because he was from Honest Entertainment, so.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, if it still fit, even though it was weird, but I think it still was like it didn't seem out of place, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember which group was he in? Oh, he was in Replay. That's yeah, he was in one of the Replay teams. So, yeah. I remember him.
Best boy group debut ever.
Yeah, Replay is amazing.
Yeah.
And finally is Midnight Moonlight, and yeah, this is the SES song. Like,
yep.
If you keep mentioning
100%.
SES, and I was like, yeah, this is late '90s, early 2000s, like chill pop music, like 100%.
Like, I mean, I have an internal struggle whether Pow Pow or Midnight Moonlight is the best song in the album.
This is my favorite song.
Yeah, again, I don't know, because I love the song so much. Like I feel like in a way, I feel like this is like their defining like sort of like trait, or this is what I think of when I think Elris.
Yeah, I think I really think they should do this, like, because they do this really, really well.
I mean, this is why this is the pre-release single. Like I think we covered it on the releases, or like they had like a short version of the music video, but yeah.
I think they could totally make like a second MV for this, and it'd be like
a full
half
MV,
step.
Yeah,
between Pow Pow and Spotlight. Like
Yeah.
I think they could do something in there. Like it's a little more like dark and less sweet, but it's still like, you know, it's got the R&B groove to it. Yeah, this is my favorite besides Pow Pow, I think.
Yeah, it's
like it's really
1A,
close
1B.
Like great song. Again, like Red Velvet, like SES, like I'd put it somewhere between those two. I think it is a really, really good song.
Yeah. Okay, so overall, for me, I gave it a 5 out of 6 for songs. Mostly Heartbank and Rupertal Jam, which I was like, I didn't hate them, but they brought it down a little bit.
It's got to be Ty.
Yeah, probably. And then I gave them a 2 out of 3 for concept, because to me the concept they did for like the music video is pretty, like, it's getting played out in my opinion, like the comic book like cartoony effects and
well, because
stuff,
they have,
and
it's
just
called
like
Pow
the bright
Pow,
colors,
so they have to do like onomatopoeia style sort of thing.
but they should have just called it Love is Volcano.
Yeah, they should have been Love is Volcano.
and then they could have done like a Hawaiian theme or something.
Yeah.
And it'd be like,
and the
completely
volcano
different.
explodes at the end of the music video or something, and I don't know, they all die.
Yeah, so I gave it 2 out of 3. It's not like it was good, but it's just starting to get played out. And then I didn't give them a bias point just because I'm not. I didn't really know Sohee. I don't watch K-pop Star yeah, I'm just not familiar with them. They have to earn it still.
So 7.
So 7, yeah. Which
all right, cool.
Like, if I could like spread out points in weird ways, I might push it up to an 8. But if following our rubric, it has to be a 7 because I can't give them a 3 for concept. I can't give them a 6 for songs, and I don't feel comfortable giving them the bias point.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so I gave 5 out of 6 for songs. Again, most of it was solid. Like, again, I'm just surprised at how well this is in so early in their so-called or like their careers. So again, like, props to Hunnis Entertainment, or like entertainment or music, or I don't know what they're. Why do they call it Hunnis?
I think it's Hunnis Entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
What the hell is, like, did somebody like really like hummus but misspelled it? And anyway, but 5 out of 6 for music, 2 out of 3 for concept. Again, it's solid, just nothing new. Obviously 1 for bias point because freaking Sohee is ridiculously talented, and
yep,
all of them. I'm horrible with names, but I need to learn the rest of them because I need to. I'm standing them hardcore, and God, they need to come here next year. Like, imagine having.
Oh my God.
Yo, if Elris comes here, like, I don't. The thing is though, like, Hunnis is kind of small. Like, who else do they have under their?
I don't think they have anybody. I don't. That I've heard of at least.
Kim Sung-kyun was in a.
He was in a group before.
Yeah, Top Dog.
Oh, Top Dog. Okay, I know them. Okay.
Yeah, everyone else I don't know. So, yeah, I hope we get to see them. So that would be an 8 out of 10 total. Really solid, really solid release.
Yeah, mine's the same. 5 out of 6. Like, literally, if you go song for song, 5 out of 6. Because, like, I liked Rupert Tilksham, however the hell you pronounce that, but it was like less. It was to a lesser standard than the other 5, so I gave it a 5 out of 6 for songs. 2 out of 3 for concept. Like, again, it was nothing special, but yeah, like, nothing blew me away except for Yukyung and Bella's hair. The coloring was.
What's the name of the girl with the pink hair?
Oh, Yukyung.
Yo, okay, that's a bias record right there.
Yeah, like, when I first saw the teaser, I was like, oh, I love that pink hair, and then I watched the teaser again, and then and then I got bias wrecked by Bella, so now she's my bias. So
who's Bella?
Yeah, Bella's the girl with the orange hair.
Oh.
Yeah, all of them look really nice. Yeah. So, yeah.
But yeah,
that totals out to an 8.
8,
average.
right? Yep. Because obviously I'm giving the bias point because I've been following Karin and Sohee since K-pop Stars. So,
yeah, I need to go back and watch K-pop Star because I need to see. I've only been. It was a really good season. Sohee, so
because this is also the only season where they allowed idol contestants. So yeah, so 8 out of 10, 8.87 should still be an 8.
Yep,
I think so.
Get
seal of approval.
Seal of approval.
Yep. All right, so after some technical difficulties, we're gonna restart topic 3. Yeah, so we're restarting topic 3. So sorry for the jump cut, but yeah, we were talking about Nate's topic, which he can reintroduce.
Yep. So, Andrew and I were talking in our group chat about the state of the industry and the future of the industry, and this is something I thought about a lot, so I wanted to bring it up. So Andrew was talking about how there's an insane number of groups debuting, and it was 44 in 2011.
Yeah, it was like 44 in 2011, and then 9 soloists, and then it's something like 88 groups in and like 2017.
40 something.
46 soloists. So
yeah, so
it's over
it's just an insane jump. And so yeah, and Andrew was saying that he thinks this is like unsustainable, and so my argument is I don't think it is, because I was thinking the same thing in 2013 2014 when there were 200 groups debuting in a year, and I started in 2010 2011 when I was able to follow pretty much every group, or I knew every group. But yeah, I was like, this is insane. Like, there's so many groups coming out. How does anyone follow this? But the reason I think it's fine is, well, first of all, like I said, I was thinking this in 2014, and it's still happening. It's 2017, and the K-pop industry just keeps growing. It is. I don't think it's actually a problem because nobody cares about 90% of these groups. They're from companies no one's ever heard of. They don't have money. They don't get the screen time they need, so no one ever hears their music. If someone finds them on YouTube, cool. Like, there are girl groups we find, like, for our weekly or our monthly release channel, or like episodes that have less views than we do. So like that's like, that just proves like it's fine, because how the industry works now is you have the big three and like the B tier companies like Pledis and Cube and those types of companies. They can take a loss because they have enough money. Like they're known companies. They have had popular groups in the past. They're gonna keep making groups, and if one of them fails, it's okay because they have backups. They have multiple groups that are promoting, and or they have one of the biggest groups like Big Hit. They don't have anyone else, but they don't need anyone else. They're just BTS's company, and the rest of the industry is companies no one's ever heard of, hoping to be the next big hit, hoping to get GFriend or
literally
BTS.
Trying to be the next big hit.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Literally,
like,
and also the company.
Like, that's all that succeeds in this industry is the big companies that are established that everyone knows, or the companies that get an insane viral, like, they either do something different and it picks up insanely, like BTS, or they get a viral video like EXID or GFriend that like just takes them out of nowhere, and that's all the little companies are doing. They're just trying to be that. Like, they know the risks when they go into it. They're making a small group with no funding, and they know that because they're like, either we spent almost no money to debut this group and they failed, and so we'll just fold the company and take a loss. It's not that big of a deal. Or we'll get insanely lucky and become insanely big and make tons of money.
Well, I think that's the thing for me too, is I think like the more saturated the market is, the market might be getting way more saturated, but the like the winners club, I guess, stays about the same size.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it really doesn't need to scale with it, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, Andrew, if you want to make your counter argument.
The thing that throws a wrench in all of this is a lot of, again, I know K-pop still very much primarily for Koreans, but again, the international market, I feel like, is starting, to be completely honest, I'm pretty sure, like, with how many like different countries listen to K-pop, they probably make more money off of international like sales and releases, like, just because of numbers, like, than even in Korea, just because Korea only has so many people, and like the internet, again, there's just so many international fans. Obviously, like easily, like, I believe international fans can easily like outnumber like the domestic fans. So
I don't agree with that, actually. Like, there are a lot of countries, there are people listening to K-pop in a lot of countries, but the amount of people, like, sure, America has a lot of people that listen to K-pop, and it's like, I wouldn't agree. Maybe if you take the entire world, you could match like
Korean that's what I'm
fans,
saying, like the international, not just the US. But no, that's
still not their focus, is the thing.
Yeah, no, I think they should start to focus more, though, because I think DSP is seeing this, and they're making bank on card, you know?
What I think might be a problem is that pretty much K-pop, there could be a point where K-pop ends up like J-pop is now. Where
it's like old news.
Like, we're like back in like where how K-pop is, well, not to the same degree, but how K-pop is mostly, for the most part now, is how J-pop was like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, where like literally like all these huge like random.
I'd say even farther, actually.
Yeah, like almost
J-pop
like a decade ago.
Yeah, J-pop was popular from early 2000s to around like 2010,
Yeah.
2012, and then K-pop took over.
Yeah, because like I guess I never like up until like 2010 I never heard of like maybe because I didn't know at all, but I never heard of Korean pop groups coming to America. But I always heard about like all these Japanese like groups coming here, coming to the West or coming touring internationally with like
yeah. Like K-pop wasn't big enough to come
again
to US
that's what I think might happen, or like again that's what I think might be afraid of, where there might be a point where K-pop regresses to the point where it's only a popular thing in Korea, or it reverts to an incredible niche, like where like again like K-pop versus J-pop in terms of like popularity and numbers. It's not even a competition at this point.
I think you also have to take into consideration though that like the times back then when J-pop was at its height, Japan was probably the top dog in Asia, like besides China, as far as like Japan.
Korea's definitely overtaken Japan
way up here, but Korea is growing right now.
Yeah, in terms of like Asian market share, Korea definitely is like number one right now in terms of like in every major market, like smartphones, cars,
TVs,
like any form of electronic comes out of like a lot of comes out of Korea. So I guess that's what might throw a wrinkle in this, where if you get so much of the same and the same and the same and the same, if the GFriend from the now until the day I die just keeps doing the same songs,
I'd be happy.
No,
but I mean, so
I don't think that like SMYG, like JYP are all gonna fold or whatever. It's just that I think basically we might lose the.
You
K-pop
think it'll
market.
Be stagnant?
No, yeah,
like,
I think
it'll
might
grow stagnant.
I think it might stagnate. Well, I don't, not necessarily in terms of like they keep doing the same thing. It's just that they might
lose the
I don't know
the bubble. You think we're in a bubble and it's gonna pop and it's gonna go back to just being Korea and like the weeaboos of the world.
Yeah,
Korea
basically.
Boos.
That's what I'm afraid. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Is that basic like. There might be a point where everyone grows up and they're like, I'm not into K-pop anymore. Like, I mean, that's
yeah.
That's
I thought that would happen.
You're like,
that's not
I did too.
That Reddit. You haven't grown up yet. Shut up.
No. I thought honestly, because no. I got into it when I was in middle school though.
Yeah, he was in middle school, so he actually grew up through.
Yeah, you grew up with K-pop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
I was an adult when I started listening to K-pop. And
well, I started the same thing with me in anime. Like I got into anime when I was in middle school through like Naruto and whatever, and it was out of my life until 2013 or whatever. Like like almost a good like decade or so.
But then there was that top Reddit comment that said, "I'm in this shit till I die,"
and
I am 100% agree.
And I mean, like again, like there, I do think might be K-pop saving grace is that they
gotta have another BTS every few years or Psy or whatever the next thing is,
and they're always
like
they're I think what might save K-pop in general is that they're not necessarily just copying Japan now. It's that they're copying America. So assuming if
they're not even copying America, they're taking American sounds and
like
making them their own.
Yeah.
So like they're taking familiar work.
That's Korean. That's sort of in Korea's
putting their own spin on it.
Yeah.
They've always done it like thousands of years actually.
Yeah, like,
you know
maybe this could be
taking
a deeper topic in
China, Japan, inside. Like they take people's ideas and they figure out how to do them better. I guess like that's why
their
they're
own
getting
twist on them. Again, that might be.
I'm talking in terms of production, like cars and TVs and computers and even gaming, like playing games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that might be that's a separate topic I'm gonna have basically on just like the whole Korean fashion culture, because in Korean fashion they literally just copy like what they're wearing in America, and it's not stuff.
I forgot to show you that video from last week.
Yeah, and it's not since you can't get like Supreme or whatever in Korea. That's why it's like there's a huge fakes market. So anyway.
Oh, you might have already watched that video then.
Yeah, from Heist to Mighty. Yeah, I watched it. I read that website for work, so of course I'm gonna see it. But yeah, I guess that's like my whole point is that losing the international fan base might be a huge hit to especially for like if you think about like groups like Card, where or even BTS. Remember, if it wasn't for international fans like beating the drum for BTS so loud, like they wouldn't be like the number one K-pop group in like
the world.
The world. So
yeah, I see. For me though, like, sure, BTS wouldn't be here, Card wouldn't be here, but there'd still be K-pop. Like, there are groups that will succeed regardless of international fans. Like, Korean fans will find them and like them. Like, EXO would have succeeded fine twice. Would have succeeded perfectly fine without any international fans. And it's like, so like, sure, we might lose some groups, or like groups might not exist, but it's not gonna end like, and yeah, like you're saying. So yeah, it might just recede to just being Korean fans again, or I mean, the super hardcore fans. And yeah, that's definitely a possibility. It's actually probability if you think about it, because stuff's constantly changing. Like, culture is constantly changing. Like, something new is gonna pop up.
It'll be interesting.
Some random country is gonna come out with the next,
like, imagine if
popular
like
music.
Thailand is like the next like big thing, like Thai pop or whatever. Or,
like that.
God forbid, Filipino pop music.
that's gonna happen. It's just how the world works with the internet nowadays. Like, everything's a fad, and like, so yeah, that's gonna happen. That's 100% gonna happen. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm just saying that I think K-pop will be fine. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, like, and if you look at like what I'm basically basing this off of, like the .com bubble, like everyone is literally making like internet businesses, and like they're spending way too much money that they couldn't afford to like all this e-commerce stuff, and then boom, but still like Yahoo made it through, Amazon made it through.
Well, Yahoo barely made it through.
Not barely, they're barely alive. But like back in the day when Yahoo was still pretty big. I mean, they're pretty relevant now.
Like
they're
still
like pretty much like every
JYP, YG, and SM will survive regardless of what happens in the industry.
That might like JYP,
and that's fine.
YG, like SM, Cube. God, never mind, not Cube.
No, Cube's already on its last leg.
Pledis is getting up there, but with 17 pristine.
FNC.
FNC. So yeah, like,
you know,
going back, like, you comparing it to J-pop, like, my problem with that is that you said like K-pop could get to where J-pop is now, where it's just a lot more niche, and that's what you're thinking is gonna happen. I think won't be as fast because K-pop is so much more varied. Like, K-pop isn't just like J-pop is a genre. Like, it is a thing. Like, if that makes sense. Where like,
I'd say it's pretty varied. It's like not everything is just, well, when it comes to like major like AKB48 or that sort of thing, idol groups, a lot of it does sound the same, but then you have like your Perfumes, you have Pamu, you have Capsule, you have like, there's a lot more like niche stuff. You have Utada Hikaru, that sort of thing.
It's closer to being a actual genre than K-pop.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's all exactly the same, but like, in terms of like like you said, like the most popular stuff is pretty similar, like AKB48 and the other, I don't really know any other insanely huge groups in J-pop that it would be similar. But like, if you look at K-pop, like the biggest groups there's a variance there. Like, SNSD doesn't do the same music as Twice, and like never did. Like, if you listen to any of SNSD songs, they don't really sound like anything Twice would do, or the other way around. And like BTS is completely different. Like, so like all the most insane groups, there's variance there. So the ones that would survive
are the ones that are different.
The thing is that even with variance, that doesn't necessarily perfectly.
I'm not saying it'll perfectly say.
Or, another example I can draw.
I'm just saying, comparing it to J-pop, there's a difference there that I think is significant.
Another thing I can compare this to is there was an there's an anime bubble that popped in the early 2000s in terms of America, because like
like Toonami.
Yeah, like they
died. Pretty much.
Yeah, basically, because what happened is a all these like businesses started opening up and being like, okay, we're going to license all these Japanese shows, dub them into English and that sort of thing, and bring them over to the States. The problem is
Kept doing shitty jobs.
Yeah, it got not just that. It got to the point where like the dubs are poor, and it got to the point that they kept like bringing over like the crap because everyone like all like the big companies got like their hold of like all the big properties.
Like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, so basically like everyone
that
like,
stuff was already accounted for.
It was slim pickings. So yeah, like there's like a huge like gap in like early 2000 to like maybe 2005-ish where just like anime was completely dead in North America because like the bubble popped and all these like major like production studios or studios that would translate and sub all these things that brought it to America, they just straight up closed down because they couldn't afford it anymore.
I don't really think that's a good comparison either because those are companies. Oh, God.
I guess what I'm saying with it is that like we're getting. Remember that one group that we never even heard of, but they're randomly like, we're starting a U.S. tour. And I'm just like, I literally never heard of you guys. It was like some like all guy group. So that's what I'm afraid. Like they might start to do that, or like trying to expose like groups that might not be good, or that nobody in Korea even hears of to the U.S.
Yeah.
Everyone, like we said, everyone's probably gonna try to jump on the card /
100%.
Well, this won't be the first time though, because K-pop has already been burned by the United States once. That's why they've been so wary about it for so many years, even after Psy made it big with Gangnam Style. So I think it's only gonna continue to grow at least for like at least another 5 years.
Yeah. And I don't think
it's also a random
small companies. I don't think small companies spending money to send like random unknown groups to the U.S. is gonna hurt the industry.
That's just
gonna hurt that company. Decisions. Yeah, like I said, there's so many small companies.
I think if everyone does try to chase to be the next Card or the next Luna in this case, because they're pretty much shaping up to be like that as well. It's just
they gotta play it by ear and not get their britches up too high, I guess.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. A lot of these smaller companies are almost banking on finding because international fans are way more dedicated than even people in Korea, because there's a lot of people in Korea that have no idea who the hell like Marmello is, or like all these like really like tiny groups, because they're like, again, to them it's like most people in Korea, it's just music, it's just like what they hear every day, so most people's knowledge are just surface level, so be a big three. So
but
I think the American market is
it's the
like
same
that,
thing.
though.
It's even worse. Yeah, it's you're thinking of it in our fandom perspective, where like even within K-pop fandom, international K-pop fandom, I would bet you 75% of people don't know who Marmello is. Like, nobody knows who Marmello is. We just do because we listen to every song every month.
International fans know more about K-pop.
I know, but we know insane amounts more than any other people, like most 99% of other
even
K-pop
like
fans.
The mid-tier groups that like literally I've never never heard of have
think of it this way in Korean Club last year I played Day 6 and the Korean students that were there didn't even know who they were.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
but you're comparing a normal Korean person to an international K-pop fan. You need to compare Korean fans to international fans. You can't that's like saying, "Oh, my mom doesn't know who random American rapper is." Like, no, she doesn't. She doesn't care. Like,
the thing is, again,
Jacob's carrying friends
most K-pop
don't
fans
listen to.
I feel like most K-pop fans in Korea
listen to American pop.
I feel like most K-pop fans in Korea really are still that surface level, that not much outside the big three.
No, they aren't. I can guarantee you they aren't.
Watch Dreamcatcher video. They have freaking
exactly.
Fans.
Like the list, just listen to random B tier or C tier groups and listen to those fan chants. They're insane fans for every group.
That's why I think. Good.
I think you're underestimating the Korean fan, like just Korean K-pop industry, like fan industry is the way to describe it. Like, I think because you're an international fan, you think the international fan fandom is insanely bigger or more dedicated than the Korean fandom, which I can guarantee you is not.
Well,
there were
Korean fans
people
can do
when
more
I yeah, exactly, like they get more, like when I went to like 2012 Incheon K-pop concert, there were people screaming for brand new groups. So like I don't know, and like there were new groups there that like had insane fans. Like people over there find new groups like way easier than we do. I mean, they get to see them on TV. Those groups still get to go on music shows. And so, like, they're on TV, national TV, like 7 times a month or 7 times a week. Like, even if no one pays attention, they still have a lot more
I still think
exposure.
The thing is, though, again, if you're the difference between the comparison is, though, there's no since Korea, it's just music there. I feel like if you're taking like, you can't just cut out like the surface level like normies or whatever, and then just only count it to K-pop fans. But the thing is, though, again, I feel like a lot of a good portion of the industry or the people that listen to K-pop in Korea are that surface level still. And again,
no, like all of the college students I met don't in Korea. K-pop is for teens, just like Katy Perry is here. Like all the college students I talked to would never get caught dead listening to any anything. Pretty much.
I guess
they know who Girls' Generation is, but sure they won't know their songs.
That's what my point is.
But they're not going to listen to them religiously.
Like the point where I'm going with that is that I don't like. I still think you have to take that into account when you're like trying to factor in like the Korean market, because again, that's still the market, so to speak. Whereas like again, international fans, it's just there's no such thing as a casual international. There's no such thing as since it's not just like music that you hear every day in, I don't know, like here in America or whatever. There's not surface. There's not that surface level. So that's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not. Yeah, I agree with you there that international fans are a lot more dedicated if you take into account a normal Korean citizen. But like that's just like a weird, like, I don't know, that just doesn't seem like a good comparison to me.
No, because, well, I guess, again, drawing it back to anime is where a lot of people in America are way more dedicated to anime than they are even in Japan, where if you ask, like, again, like, anime is, like, very similar. It's just it's, like, usually, like, kids or teens, or if you're like me, you're a big-ass otaku. Yeah. Like, otaku in Japan are just like the minority of people who watch anime. Like most of people like.
Well, otaku is an insult in Korea and Japan. You know.
Yeah. If
like,
you're an otaku,
look at that nerd.
It's not a good thing to see. Like most people. Yeah. That's why if you just ask like a regular kid, it's just gonna be one of the big three. Again, there's the really good comparisons between anime and K-pop. It's gonna be, oh, I watch One Piece. Oh, I watch Naruto. Oh, I watch Bleach. Well, maybe not now because most of the shows are gone.
Dragon Ball Z probably.
Yeah, it's like most people that watch it in Japan are pretty surface level. They're not gonna stay up because it's on late at night, so they're not gonna stay up till like 11, 12 in the morning to watch some random show or whatever. So again, that's where I'm saying is that that's the point I'm trying to make. Where again, where the as a whole, like the market that or the people that sort of consume K-pop, Korean music as a whole, like there's still gonna be that giant portion that are very, again, surface level normie, if you really want to call it that.
Well, no, yeah. I think I'm gonna like just say my closing thoughts, I guess, because I don't think there's any more that I can say. Is like, one, I think it's always going to be a cult following, whether it grows really big.
Yeah,
or not.
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think Korean music is going to over. Imagine if Korean music was the most pop. Maybe if North Korea invaded.
I wouldn't say mainstream, but like, you know, rock music is a accepted genre like everywhere. You know,
K-pop is starting to become one. Yeah, like there are like you can go to like radio stations that play K-pop or like it's not like common, but yeah.
Anyways, and then the second thing is I don't think there's really a way to predict it, because this day and age has proved me anything is that the market is so unpredictable, and like, I mean, for crying out loud, Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, anything can happen, you know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it kept growing and
it's not like I wanted to.
huge.
It's not like I wanted to get destroyed or whatever, because we'd be out of a job, quote unquote, or we'd be out of a YouTube channel if we didn't have hundreds of songs to look through. So, yeah, I just think it's something to be wary of, because again, with prior instances of like niche, like I guess, yeah, you could call this a hobby basically. It's or a lifestyle even. Like K-pop is like niche, like
it
lifestyle.
It's
niche lifestyle
more than a
trends where that sort of like fade or like go in and out of prominence. I think I think there is still a chance for that to happen. But I mean, hey, I won't mind it. I mean, it'll just be easier to get concert tickets if there are still concerts.
I was gonna say if there are still concerts.
There'd be less concerts if it got smaller.
Yeah. You'd have to go to Korea and
basically,
it'd be a lot more
we just need it. We just for like if that happens, like if the market gets reset, we just need another Gangnam Style. Basically, we just need another Gangnam Style to save us. So
yeah.
Closing thoughts, Nate.
Yeah, I definitely like I said, I had these thoughts 3 years ago. I understand this like point of thinking. I thought the exact same thing. I was like, there's no way this is gonna keep going for another 5 years, and here we are, 4 years later with it growing
for me,
even more.
For me, I got in on the G wave, which brought it up a little bit, and then I was there for Gangnam Style, which brought it up even more. And now there's the BTS wave, and then there's going to be something else probably.
Card wave. It's going to be the card wave.
Hopefully.
I thought you said Kara wave. I was like,
Kara wave, yeah.
Kara ain't really dead, remember?
It's a bit too late.
Kara just had a comeback.
That's true.
Anyways.
But yeah, so like, it's not like, I don't think the industry is going to grow exponentially forever. Obviously, it's going to slow down or like stagnate. Like, but
Stay somewhere.
I think it'll stay at a point where there's always a lot of things to listen to. There's always new stuff coming out. Like, I don't think it's ever going to drop back to 2010 where I was waiting months to get a new album for any group I liked, where now I buy albums literally every week.
Day.
I've gotten albums for like almost every week for the past like 3 months in the mail.
Yeah.
So like it's complete. I don't think that's gonna be a thing forever either. But I don't think
this is definitely a golden age, if anything. Though.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, basically, if you're listening to K-pop right now, like savor this, because it's not going. It may never be like this all the time. You may, You're never gonna like again. How many?
Definitely
we might have another
ups and
2014.
Like how many?
How
many K-pop groups have I seen in 1 year already? 1 year where I in 2011 I only saw 21 and
2011.
Well, this year you saw more groups than you've ever seen ever, right?
Yeah, this is more concerts than I've seen in my entire life.
Granted, how many of those would you have gone to if we didn't start a podcast at the beginning of the year?
That's true. I mean, like again,
probably half of those you wouldn't have gone to. You wouldn't have seen Monsta X.
Yeah, but again, just like the sheer amount of like K-pop that's coming over here to the States.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's ridiculous, and again, it might not last. So
it definitely won't last.
Take advantage of like this surge of music while you can, because again, there might be dark ages in the future.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, there's definitely gonna be ups and downs. That's guaranteed. Like, there's gonna be another 2014 where it's just a slow year, and
that's what I got. That's what I fell out of it.
That'll happen, but then there'll be more 20.
Partially because I was in a
2017s
relationship at that time, so.
There'll be more 2017s too, where there's just insane amounts of great stuff.
Yeah, we'll
and
see.
2016 and 2015.
Yeah, we'll see if 2018 is gonna be as insane. But anyway.
Yep. So,
I think we've exhausted that topic. That was like
topic 4, because we went forever on that one.
It was a good debate. That's why.
This one would probably be a quick topic anyway. So Andrew, take it away.
All right. So literally just this week Monday, I ended up on 9/11 of all days. I ended up seeing Hyukoh in concert.
So jealous.
At Irving Plaza. So yeah, again, this is literally an example of if we never started this podcast, I never would have seen Hyukoh. So, this falls into because Hyukoh isn't really K-pop at all. Like they're They're
indie. They're an indie
Korean.
group.
They're Korean. When people were asking, somebody was behind me in line, just kept getting asked, "Oh, what is this a line for?" Over and over again, and it got to the point where like the security that were like running the lines, like, "Oh, it's Korean indie group. Bye. Like, move on." Like, when you're in line for something in New York, people just ask you. Like, these people just bother the hell out of you.
They want to just get in line.
They're just like,
hey, do I want to be in this line right now?
Yeah, because they think that you're lining up for like, I don't know, like a new iPhone or something, or just like something weird. But they're curious. So yeah, we just say, oh, it's K-pop. But yeah, Hyukoh is not really popular with K-pop fans, to be completely honest. So
well, they're not a boy band, so
yeah, they're not. There's boys, but they're not idols. So yeah, therefore, crowd was very Korean. Very Korean, as in like everyone dressed like a Korean, which means I kind of feel like felt like personality-wise it felt weird because I didn't want to talk to anyone because I feel like I don't know. I mean, actually, yeah, like to some degree, like I feel like a lot of Koreans that go to like K-pop like events in America sort of like, oh, look at all these like non-Korean plebs.
Yeah, look at all these weeaboos.
Yeah, like basically, yeah. like if you're like a Japanese person that loves anime or like something, like you like seeing all these like non-Japanese people like weeb the hell out of something out of your culture is kind of weird, but
yeah,
so,
it's just weird.
Yeah, so and I don't know, maybe it's just that sort of.
It's something resulting of the internet age. Nobody's used to it yet.
Well, yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of judgment is passed from.
Oh yeah, there's definitely judgment.
Yeah, because they think you're all weird as fuck, and I mean they are. They are, to be completely honest. I love K-pop.
Yeah, I'm always afraid, like if I meet a Korean American, like my art professor is Korean American, and I do not want to tell him.
Well, to be completely honest, I find, because. Maybe it's because I feel like New York is a unique case where because there's Korean Americans and then there's Koreans, like people that like either come like from Korea to study or they just moved here to New York because Seoul is New York are basically like sister cities. But yeah, I feel like the people that are from Korea might have that sort of level of like judgment, but the Korean Americans are a lot like regular K-pop fans. Like they're like more into what Americans are into, so like BTS and that sort of thing. So
yeah, because that's just stuff from the motherland to them, you know.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's sort of it's still just different for their perspectives. Yeah, it was. Again, the only thing I've really experienced this prior was the King of Masked Singer concert, but that was mostly families. Yeah. But this was mostly like Korean young people. Anyway, the actual concert. I don't even know where to start.
I guess just like describe the whole vibe and ambiance and experience.
They definitely fit in at Irving Plaza. Irving Plaza is a very much like an indie rock type of venue sort of thing. So they definitely fit in with the sort of, I guess, like how the venue usually operates. I guess the unique thing about Hyukoh would be that with, I guess, like normal with like big artists, you're usually used to them between songs. They're just changing. Some stagehand runs on the stage, grabs, gives them a new guitar, and then they run off the stage. But it happened like once or twice. But Hyukoh, for the most part, between songs, they just like take a pause. He'd be there tuning his guitar, and then that's when he'd take the opportunity to speak. He'd be like, "Hello." And then he'd go back to tuning his guitar, and then they get ready to play. He's pretty.
Yeah, like, he's an awkward dude.
Yeah, he's really awkward. I mean,
when he was on a TV show, and IU and Yuk Jae-suk were both there, I'm pretty sure, and he was like, they had trouble getting him to talk. Like he's not, he's just a man of few words.
Yeah, he's really shy.
He speaks with his music.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely speaks. Like, the dichotomy between him, like in those sections when he was the only one that ended up talking of all of them, surprisingly, but those sections when he was talking into the mic and being like, "Oh, how are you?" He's like, the one thing he asked, I remember, was like, "Oh, is anyone here Korean?" And like the whole crowd went crazy because he asked it in Korean, obviously, but I mean, he said Hanguk, so I knew what that meant. But yeah, like the sudden change from him talking to him performing is just insane. Like he really is like a showman where he puts this like a stage performance on. But Okay,
Yeah.
like I'll go through some of the set lists. So they started with Tokyo Inn, Comes and Goes. Leather Jacket was amazing. But I got obviously product of live music. They have to tune it down a bit, but still like they have very good energy. They're very like active, and their drummer's amazing. He's just like he's crazy. I don't know what is it with Korean bands and drummers just being like the weird ones. I don't know.
Like Doan in Day 6, or the drummer from CN Blue being the random wild card that everybody loves.
Their lead guitarist Chinjae, he was pretty active. He's really good, like really good. Like I never.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like listen to the guitar line in Wanli.
Like his solos are insane. Wanli was amazing live.
Yeah,
because like they had like the special effects going on, so they had like the marching part at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Oh my god,
it's literally Mad Max the song. Like not even because of the music video. Like even just listening to it, I like can visualize that, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't just songs off of 23. They did some off of like the older albums as well.
22 and 20.
Yeah, and no, they did Panda Bear, which I think was just like a single.
Yeah.
And then they did Masit Non-Soul, which was a song they did for Entourage, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hype song live because it's just like there's just like a lot of like drums in the beginning. So yeah, just it started off like really heavy or like the really like popular like upbeat songs, and then sort of
did they do any primary songs?
No,
like Gondry?
No.
Damn it. Or Balling? Those are so good.
He did Gondry.
He did Gondry?
Yeah, because
I'm satisfied then.
Yeah.
Well, it was on their 22 album though.
Yeah,
so
that's
really
why.
count,
Yeah, so yeah, towards the end, like towards the middle of the concert, they sort of like slowed it down a bit. They did like Die Alone, Gondry. But I think the highlight of the entire night was Tomboy, because before they started the song, Oh Hyuk was like, the next song is my favorite song, and then it was just like, oh, everyone knows what it is, and then when he started singing it was insane, and then everyone put because nobody uses lighters anymore, or like you're not allowed to smoke indoors, so everyone put their cell phones out, and then they started doing the thing to the chorus, and then the vocalization parts were amazing, like was just I got chills when the entire crowd did it, and there was one section of the song where like he just stopped singing that part, and he just let the crowd like do the vocalization over and over again, and like I started tearing. It was like that powerful of a performance and everything. Like that's always the interesting part of concerts. It's not always the most memorable or the most powerful parts of the concerts isn't necessarily always when they're actually singing. It's when they let the crowd sing, and it's like you literally hear like hundreds of people like singing the lines or whatever. So that was insane.
Yeah.
Gondry was amazing as well. Like everyone.
First song I ever heard from them. Like such a good song. Like even just the original. Like I prefer the primary one with Lim Kim, but like even the original, like it's such a nice and like serene sounding song, I guess, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
It takes you to another place.
Yeah, definitely. They really set the mood well, like not just with the lighting or whatever. Oh, I forget if I told you, but they were wearing the oversized jackets that they did.
Yeah, the suits.
Yeah, the suits in
Wanli.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool, but it's funny because they have to keep rolling their sleeves up because they can't play guitar with the sleeves like going over the strings and everything. So, and God, I can't imagine how hot they must have been in there because
yeah, they had to have been.
Irving Plaza is like the size of the venue is about the size of like an maybe like a tiny like corner store or something, and they're fitting like hundreds of people inside this like tiny like size thing. So yeah, it was pretty insane. They ended so after Tomboy was Simon, Reserved Seat, and then Paul was their closer, and then when they did when they started cheering for an encore, they came back within like 5 seconds. It was pretty fun because I mean everyone knows.
Gotta come back out.
Yeah, everyone knows, and their encore was Hyukoh. I actually can't remember this song.
Hyukoh's a good song.
Yeah. Wing Wing, which is oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, Wing Wing.
Which is amazing live. Oh. And then Surf Boy was the closing song, and what's his name? Hyunjae, the guitarist, he did this. He had like the the slide bar, you know that thing that you put on like your middle finger,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
index finger, and then to do the slides, to do like the oh god, I forget how to explain it. Just like to like intonate the notes or whatever, just like a wah bar or like
It's
a
the like woo, woo, woo,
but yeah, like that sort of thing. But yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, overall, like it's so hard to rank all these concerts because they're all so good. But like Hyukoh was definitely up there, like with one of like my favorite concerts just in general, because just like they're amazing live. Like there's no difference with, like, actually no, there is a difference between live and the recording. It's that seeing them live is 100 times better.
Yep.
Yeah. There's just like there's just a lot of energy in their performances. So like, and the tickets were like $30. And
I would have went in a heartbeat, man. But
like I was just incredibly surprised at just like how good they were live, and I hope they come back. And again, for all of these artists, like it's their first time in New York, so it's just like even like bigger, like performing in New York is probably like on the bucket list for anyone that does music, because New York is just so well known for like its famous artists and famous venues. Like too bad CBGB's doesn't exist anymore. Or like imagine a K-pop artist performing at CBGB. Like how huge would that be? Like the most iconic like rock venue of all time, I guess, basically. But oh, and before I forget, yeah, they did have merch, so I don't know how well this is gonna show up, but yeah, it just says tour on the front.
That's hilarious.
And then the back has like all the tour dates and everything. And if you look up like close, oh god, I'm hitting my mic with this. If you look up close, it'll say like the different.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the different like, oh god, which
you can
places
see
they went to, like Seoul, Kuala Lumpur, Hong Kong, Taipei.
Oh god.
What?
Oh no. Okay. You froze for a second.
Me?
We thought you.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
We thought you blue screened again.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what the design.
It's minimalist, but it's cool. Yeah, I like
don't know
it.
what the design is. It's like a bunch of like suns or something. It looks like a sun.
Yeah, it looks like it's like an image made of that same image.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's a cool design. So yeah, I'll be sending that to you in the mail soon.
Cool. So yeah, is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything. That's go see Hyukoh. If Hyukoh's still on tour, I believe. I don't know what.
Don't sleep on them. Go and listen to all 3 of their albums. They're really good. If you
I'm just
like,
sad they weren't. I'm
indie-style
just sad
music.
there wasn't a Hyukoh vinyl there, because I need their vinyl. I need it, especially with the artwork that they have on their on their albums. Just amazing. So
just get an empty USB with their music on it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Andrew froze a little bit towards the end, but yeah.
But to you, it's gonna look like we froze.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm just gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut it. So.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. Everyone, thank you and goodbye.
Stay creamy, as always. As good as it gets isn't the optimistic thought it pretends to be.
As good as it
You guys are horrible.
I can't. I've never been able to snap my entire life.
This is the loudest I can do.
It's not hard at all.
This is the loudest I can do.
I can't do it. All right.
Anyways.